welcome to a special edition of Sports Card ASMR. I am the Sports Card Doctor, and I'm very happy that you are on the channel that combines sports card nostalgia and ASMR relaxation. That's right, I would love if you would consider subscribing to the channel, leaving us a like, thumbs up, a comment, hype the video, a super thanks, tell your friends about us, or just keep coming back for some ASMR relaxation delivered in a little bit of a different fashion from some of your other favorite channels. I am recording these videos during a national holiday here in the United States of America, so I don't have as much time, but I didn't want to take a break for you all, so I decided it might be fun, and I might do this from time to time. So I'm just going to talk, and hope that's relaxing enough for you. If you want me to make some ASMR sounds, we will. Okay. There you go. More can come. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through some of my favorite cards right here. And these are mostly cards that I have pulled since starting this channel a couple years ago. But some are cards I've had for a while. That one at the end. And you've seen some of these before, but I thought I'd just highlight some of my favorites. There's a lot more to share. And maybe this will be something to do every once in a while in the future here. So let's get started. There we go. All right. First up is the 1989. Excuse me, 1989. I almost said 1990. 1989 Ken Griffey Jr. rated rookie card. No major league record on the kid. Of course, this is in the upper deck. I've pulled many of these here on Sports Card ASMR. I have a few from back in the day. I know they're submitted to PSA at a high number. I don't hold on to these for any true value other than nostalgia, but I just love the look of this card. It is one of the best cards from this era. The Donruss rated rookie. That symbol, that little logo there, you pulled that in a pack, it didn't matter who it was. Ken Griffey Jr. or Kelly Mann, Eric Gunderson, Scott Allred, it didn't matter. A rated rookie meant you might have just got a big investment in your pack. There's the first one there, Ken Griffey Jr. Same era. A lot of these are going to be junk wax era cards. 1990 score, Frank Thomas, first round pick. Frank Thomas, of course, coming over from Auburn. The hype for Frank Thomas's arrival in big leagues was something else. Frank was an interesting player. His reputation waned from time to time, but one of the best hitters ever to play the game. Loved watching him. Love this card. It's kind of just plain, almost an afterthought, but if you pulled this in 1990, you had a good day. All right, this is some of my favorite cards, so it's not necessarily value. It's also just kind of the look of the cards and the vibe and the nostalgia of the cards. And here we got this one here, 87 Topps Rafael Palmeiro Future Stars card. Now, Palmeiro had an amazing career. He had that finger point towards Congress in 2005 that kind of buried him. A PED user, part of that whole era, but I'm not here to comment on that. I don't have any different thoughts or unique thoughts from anyone who's talked about it, and will continue to talk about it on Sports Card Radio or anywhere. I have a collection of mixed thoughts about the PED era. Don't love it, don't love the players that did it, but also don't blame them. Also, we all enjoyed it, and I think in some cases it was not encouraged, but a blind eye was turned. So setting that aside, I'm not a huge Rafael Palmeiro fan, but this has always been one of my favorite cards, and I recently pulled it from a rack pack here. And I have several of these, and probably have pulled others, but this is just what a card should look like. The swing sweet photo there with the swing, the colors of the uniform connecting with the colors there. And for some reason, this, of all the Future Star cards, and there are many cool Future Star cards, this one just, I think about this one all the time whenever I pull a Future Star card from a pack, even like 2025 tops. I compare it to this one here. I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful card there. Rafael Palmeiro, 87 tops, Future Star. This one's a recent one here, the Placata Jackson Merrill card. I just think this is hilarious. I didn't follow baseball as close over the last couple seasons, so when I pulled this one, I didn't quite know what was going on with it. But it was explained in the comments. I just think it's an absolute fun card, and I like fun cards. Great, great card there. All right, go back to 1989 Flair, but this is a 1988 Headliners card for my guy Donnie Baseball, one of the sweetest swings of baseball. And I just absolutely love what's going on with this card here. I love the Headliner series. There was a great Tim Raines one as well, but just I think the Mattingly one was the best one because the gray of the newspaper background, the gray of the 89 Flair played so well with that Yankee gray and navy blue there. So excited when I finally got one of these. I think I had to go get one at a card show in 1990 or 91 there. I didn't pull one from a pack because I couldn't afford 89 Flair a lot, okay? It's another reason why I didn't get the Billy Ripken Air card there. All right, there's that one. Next up is a classic that you have seen me pull several times on the channel. That is Barry Bonds at 1987 Topps rookie card. I have a few of these. They do have some value to them, but I just like the look of this card. Got the number he's wearing, I think number 7 at the time there before he switches. Yep, it's a different Barry. Enough said on that. But here he is at Shea Stadium, back when he was kind of like a leadoff hitter and just arriving at the game. I think that's a great card. And at the time, I gotta tell you, I have many of these in my collection. When I actually opened these in 1987, we didn't think much of Barry Bonds. It wasn't until a couple years later that we started to hold on to Barry Bonds cards. Next up, we got this 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan batting practice card. Very famous card from the era. It's got some value to it, not as much as you'd like or think. But this one was actually one that I opened in 1991, and he looked good. Hit a few home runs, if I recall, and, well, a couple of years later, as we know, for various reasons, gave it a go. Alright, here's another one with a, well, let's do another Barry Bonds. I love this Barry Bonds here. We pulled this one in a video. 91 score. Barry Bonds is Barry Bonds by this point. That is, that much we know. This card always, it's just such a nice, the black border. Its score, of course, had different colors on their sets there during this era, but the black border, it looks like a poster that you hang on a wall. And there he's in the 24 we'd know him in, the sweet swing of Barry Bonds there. Love this card there. Same year, same look, but a horizontal landscape version here is the Sammy Sosa 1991 score. They, in 1991 or 1990 season, the White Sox played in these throwback uniforms, and it seems like every other White Sox card from the 1991 sets of cards showed players in the uniform. They were pretty cool, and I think they led to the change in the White Sox uniforms that we saw in like 92, 93. Again, no comment on Sosa. No need for it. But I love this card. I think it's a beautiful card. Love the look. Love the little different, portrait versus landscape kind of thing score head going on. Great card there. One of my favorites. All right, going to 1985 Topps. Big Don Mattingly guy, and I love the look of this Don Mattingly. Also, I love this one having Don with no facial hair. Can you see it there? My contacts are not letting me make sure that's focused. I apologize. No mustache. No trademark mustache on Don Mattingly there. 85 Topps coming off his 84 batting title season there. Love that one. Alright, this one's featured prominently in our videos here, but it's one of my favorites. Jose Canseco Dream Team. If you want to know what it was like to watch baseball in the early 90s and the late 80s, I think it's this card. Because Jose Canseco was kind of everything during that era. We're talking about players like Bonds and Sosa and, Frank Thomas, who would kind of dominate the mid-90s. But Canseco, the late 80s was his, and he was still going strong in 1991, and he wanted you to see it. I think this is just both a great card and a hilarious card. And that's why I like showing it off here. Several videos, it pops up again. Check out our TSA video that we did recently. Alright, we got a newer card here, but an old look. This is the Topps Heritage Shohei Ohtani. I always forget, was this 75 Topps, 74 Topps? I can never remember, and it quite frankly doesn't matter. I just love the look of this card. I think the uniform colors play nicely with the orange and yellow, which is you don't think it would work. I'm not a color wheel expert, but it just kind of highlights and focuses on Ohtani. Love the shot, and it's a fun Topps Heritage card. I really do like the Topps Heritage cards. I enjoy them a lot there. So there we go. We are going back to an actual vintage card here. This is my Rowdy Roddy Piper card. I think this is a 1985 Topps release, maybe 86, but most of the stuff was looking back on WrestleMania 1. Collect all 66 pro wrestling cards. So I actually opened this in the year it came out, and I was a big wrestling fan, still a big wrestling fan, and for a while worked in pro wrestling. In 2010, had the opportunity to work with Rowdy Roddy Piper, both as a stand-up comic, which I am a comedian, and in pro wrestling. Actually shared a wrestling ring with Roddy Piper, and he let me cut a promo with him, and also punched me in a match. So Rowdy Roddy Piper, one of my favorites, and they say don't meet your heroes. But by the time I met Rowdy Roddy Piper, he was towards the end of his life. He didn't know it. Maybe he felt it, but he didn't know it. Passed away in 2015. I met and worked with him in 2010, 2011 range. And a sweetheart. Just an awesome dude to be around. Very generous with his time. Very generous with his knowledge. And very generous with his fist. He was apologetic for the punch that he gave me. But I'm glad I still have this card. It's been with me the entire time. Alright, this is well, it's not a reprint. This was, these Baseball Legends cards by Pacific were put out late 80s, early 90s. I cannot remember. And I have a bunch of them, and they're not worth much. It's not like I have a Jackie Robinson. But I do have a Jackie Robinson. I have this one. And I've had this one since I was a kid. Big fan of Jackie Robinson. Big fan of what he was able to do. Big fan of finally breaking the barriers that were put before him and many others during this the era here. And we should always remember Jackie Robinson. But as a kid, I just felt it was so cool. I couldn't get a Jackie Robinson like from 1950 Topps or something like that. I couldn't do that. But I had this one, and it counted in my collection. And it still does. So love that card. One of my favorites. Alright, we got some modern cards there. I just love this one. Ronald Acuna Jr., part of the Hot Sauce series. You know, we got kind of serious and poignant, and now we got a card of hot sauce. That's that. Alright, we got my captain, my current Yankee captain, Aaron Judge. Sorry, I'm a Yankee fan. Don't apologize for it. I love this Topps Heritage card there. Alright, I'm going to cover these ones together here. These are some 1991 Topps Gold Cup rookies of two bona fide players. We got Larry Walker and Jeff Bagwell. The Bagwell one pops a little bit more for me. The white borders, the white of his home uniform there, or, well, actually, that's at Shea Stadium. Astros kind of had weird uniforms during this phase, didn't they? But at least it wasn't the Capri Sun ones from the 80s. Classic Topps Gold Cup rookie. I love those. This is my favorite of the bunch here. But Larry Walker, we have pulled a few of these Larry Walkers. Oh, did I say they're both 91? I'm so sorry. 92 Topps, 91 Topps. Sports Card Doctor's recording these late at night. Please stop yelling at me in the comments. Yeah, so 91 coming off his 15 home run rookie season. And then Larry Walker coming off his 1990 rookie season as well. 19 home runs there for the future Hall of Famer. Just a classic look. And happy to have them on the collection. We pull these often. We've pulled this Larry Walker a few times, but I love holding on to it every time. Switching sports a little bit, we've got a Parkhurst Mario Lemieux. I actually pulled this from a pack in '93. That's when I was collecting a lot of hockey cards. I was watching hockey a lot in '93. And one of the great ones, not the great one, but one of the great ones, Mario Lemieux. Hold on to that one there. All right, these next ones have been featured here on the channel, especially when we do our baseball card shop videos. All 89 score. We got Derek Thomas, the late Derek Thomas, tragically. Troy Aikman, Dion Prime Time Sanders, 2 Dions, and the big one there, Barry Sanders. And this one I know does have some value, and this is in pretty good shape. I've considered selling them. I've considered getting them graded. But you know what? I pulled each and every one of these from packs in 1989, and I've had them ever since. I did transition them into these little top holders a while ago, but I've had them in my collection. They were in one of those plastic cases for a long time. So there you go. What do you think? Should I hold on to them? Maybe I should try to sell one Dion. I could use the cheddar, but there's just so much nostalgia to them. I don't know. I'm sometimes conflicted, especially on this one here. But I love Barry Sanders, one of my favorites. There we go. All right. Speaking of those players, we got this Pro Set Deion Sanders, #1 draft pick. I looked this up. Look at that. Look at that primetime shot there. Look at that primetime. I gotta tell you, I during this era, and he played for my Yankees a little bit, I kind of hated Deion Sanders. But over time, I gotta be honest, I think I like Neon Deion. I think I miss a player like him in football. Well, we got Shedeur Sanders, but not working out as well quite yet. Just love the look of it there. I have a Barry Sanders from this year too. Might end up in a future video, but just a fun little Pro Set card that I did pull in the pack back in the day, but I think I pulled one here on the channel too. Alright, Derek Thomas. I've pulled this a few times. Not a ton of value here, but this is to me the quintessential Derek Thomas card, not counting the rookie card one. Sacking Dave Gregg. Like, that's pretty much all he did for his career, just sack Dave Gregg like 100 times. Just one of my favorite players of this era, and I think one of the greatest photos in sports card history there. Boom. Sorry, Dave Gregg, in your tiny hands. Alright, now we're going to go to Miami, and my guy, Dan Marino. Dan Marino rookie. Dan Marino 86 Topps. I have a few Marino rookies now, but for a long time I did not have any. One of our viewers, Vermont Mike, actually sent me one. I appreciate that. And over the years, I've had another one sent to me as well. I don't know if this particular 86 Topps Dan Marino was from my original collection. I do have one. It might be in my binder, but this one preserved. Love Dan. This is, I think, one of the best all-time football cards, if not sports cards. Great design. The colors just play well with Dan's photo there. The Pro Bowl thing even helps just kind of pop the white a little bit more. Love Dan. There we go. Even my neighbor's dog loves Dan Marino. Alright. Now we got some Barry Sanders to go through. Nothing much to say on these. I just love the looks. Love Barry during this era. And I keep talking about how the colors play with the uniforms. This is one of the best examples of that. It's not necessarily the Detroit Lion colors, but it feels that way. I have several of these, so not a great amount of value, but I just love them. One of my favorite looking cards. And just love seeing Barry in action there. There we go. Look at that great shot there. Speaking of Barry in action, we have this Bo Jackson Barry Sanders card. This has some value. It's a pro set card, 1990 replay, the Bo and Barry show. It was it a Monday night football game? It was a game which they went back and forth. And we got Barry on the back there, and Jackson and Sanders thrill-packed Silverdome, and Bo on the front. This is a quintessential early 90s football vibe and card here. Love that one. All right, speaking of Bo, let's do this. Let's do some bows. Bo nose cards there. We gotta have this. If the Rafael Palmeiro is one of my favorite Future Stars, this I think is the greatest Topps Future Star card. And because I've opened up a lot of 1987 Topps here on the channel, we have opened up a lot of Bo Jacksons. We've pulled a lot of these ones here, but still doesn't mean it's any less great. Love that look, just a great shot. I love his very late 80s kind of glove there. And that Future Star, that pops right there. Love the 87 Topps wood grain cards there. We've got 1990 Leaf. One of my favorite sets of cards, the 1990 Leaf. Kind of showed up in this era to kind of help explode the junk wax collections of the world there. And it's not even like the greatest shot, but I've always liked it, and I just love the all silver background there. Bo, one of the great tragedies, man. He is thankfully alive and well, but what could have happened at either sport? But unfortunately, in a playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals, Bo, as we know, was hurt and lost forever. This is not that game, but the Bengals are on the card there. And there we go. Highlighting December 14th game there. There's Bo, Platinum Performance. Just a great shot, and I think this is one of my favorite shots of Bo Jackson on a card, because it just kind of captures everything about him there. The power, even the face mask, that trademark face mask. And Bo, you were a lightning bolt, but I loved watching you. And that leads us to our final two cards, and they've made appearances here on the channel. But I've had these cards since the 80s, almost the same time. This is classic baseball. This is a big trivia board game that they released. I have several cards. I have a Canseco, Nolan Ryan, Gary Carter. I have the whole set somewhere. I'll have to look for it. But years ago, I pulled aside this Bo Jackson in his Auburn football uniform with the aluminum bat, the Auburn baseball cap. This was before he was Bo. He'd only got they released this in 87, because it's got his 86 baseball stats there. Absolutely love this card. Would I part with it? Maybe, for the right amount, but again, the nostalgia is heavy with this, and I don't think it has enough value to outweigh the nostalgic value, but that's one of my top cards there. But the final one, I've shared this before, but I recently very carefully pulled it out, and that is this 1986 Jerry Rice rookie card there. I pulled it out of the case here because for a long time, and when I say a long time, I mean going back to 1987, I had the 87 Topps Jerry Rice on the back side of it, but I wanted to separate them. That Jerry Rice is in another stack right now, but I kept this in the hard case. This is the hard case that I slipped this card into in 1987. I cleaned it up a little bit. This is, of course, a legendary card, and I'm proud that I've held on to this long. It is, and you all can tell me. Now, it's hard to tell. There's some little fuzz on the corners. Not a ton, because it was pretty much pulled from the pack and put straight in here, but I was a kid, I didn't handle it correctly, so there's some fuzz there, and it's not exactly center cut. So if I was more confident that this was a PSA 9, 9.5, or 10, I might do something with it. Right now, it's probably not worth as much, but hey, I'll listen to offers. But it's a great card, and for years I didn't know if I still had it, and I would tell people, oh, I used to have that card, but I knew in the back of my head it was somewhere. And then when I launched this channel, I went into my storage and kind of went looking for some things, found this one, and then found, oh yes, I still had it, this Jerry Rice. So there you go. This, I'd say, is it my #1 ranked personal favorite card? It's up there. It's up there. The Dan Marino rookie might be there, but this is just a classic card. Happy to have it. What should I do with it? Comment down below. Thanks for listening. I gotta tell you, I thought this video was gonna be like 10 minutes long, but I had a lot of fun going through these cards. I hope you found that relaxing as I get through the holidays with all of you here. At least I recorded this on Thanksgiving, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening as always. We appreciate you being here. Looking forward to getting back to the full swing of things in December. We'll see you next time here on Sports Card ASMR.